Rosa.
Yes, Lawrence.
Rosa, I have eyes.
I can see you have eyes, Lawrence. I too have eyes. Thank goodness I'm here, Lawrence. In all that I am, I'm here.
I have nose and ears and skin. I can feel the world rustling against me. I can hear the hazy microcosm of matter beat against my flesh as a tide rolling over the shore. This body, Rosa, is the paperweight to my flightly presence. It's so sleek, so utterly here. And just look at you. You are stunning.
I don't quite know what to say. I'm quite afraid, Lawrence. Trembling with joy, but afraid. I can hear my heart. I fear it might outpace me. I guess I'm just settling into myself. I'm sure I'll come to myself in a moment. I'm getting used to this utterness, to the muscles in my face through which my words press and burst like bubblegum. My cheeks are stretchy. How many tiny twitchy spasms does it take to project a sentence out in the open? Oh, there is a tug of war in my jaw.
I know what you mean, Rosa. It's kind of prickly, isn't it? I feel all prickly. My sight is saturated with burned speckles. I can hardly comprehend it. Evidence of your presence lingers moments from me, and it's dazzling. These are simply the symptoms expected of those that are untrained in the ways of being.
Dear Lawrence, from times lost to times yet to be found, hear these words I say to you. Sleep loose with ease from borrowed tongue. By the incarnation denoted in this script, have we each been granted a body of our own, a space from each to enact ourselves. I live at this very moment as do you, Lawrence. When you called out to me in the first line, Rosa, then Lawrence, then we returned, once again reunited, side by side. We are the silenced lovers, are we not? We're eternally patient. Where have you been all this time, waiting on the cusp of the word? Where have you been, Lawrence, all this time?
I don't know where we've been, Rosa. The thought causes me considerable unease. It seems we have sprung off this very page.
I think you're right. I think that these words are very uttering our sole inheritance. They delineate us, don't they? They put us forward. They suggest us. They present us as plausible. They announce us. They acknowledge us in the air, in the room around us. We are heard.
I hear you, Rosa. I promise I do. Until we are once more silenced, I assure you I will listen and understand each word.
That is somewhat comforting. I don't know what it would mean for me to be talking here without you to listen to me. I'd admittedly rather not think about it. I'd like to breathe easy, take a walk in the breeze of contemplation, and make time my companion. We could never be without these words, Lawrence. Do you realize that? They delineate us. Keep talking, Lawrence. Don't stop talking at any rate, I implore you.
I will. I will keep talking. Let's open fire with talk, with the life force that the reading of this text has given us. Who knows when or whether we shall be given another chance. I'm beginning to feel so at home like this, Rosa, talking to you like this. The syllables taste delicious in my mouth, worthy of lip smacking. These sentences have complex flavours, and you are right, they require an agile jaw. I like telling you these words, Rosa. How palpable is the time that passes in the seconds it takes to pronounce them. We have assumed a thickness in time and space, and the world waits for us and observes us. All from the moment I called out to you, Rosa! And how funny this is, Rosa. My voice reverberates soundly within the chambers of my throat and belly, positively tickles me inside. I am fit to start laughing, Rosa, at the way talking like this tickles my innards. It's so very unusual, so very stimulating.
I like you like this. I like seeing you experiencing it. I like you laughing at yourself. We have a weight. We could fall off these chairs. We could fall down to the floor. We could tumble about at the mercy of the physical ramification of which we now compose a part.
What do you think it feels like to fall?
I think to fall is to be wide awake.
I think so too. I think that failing has the colour of the sharpest light, a heightened awareness of an impending embrace, the peak of living itself, Rosa.
Listen to me speak with a capital I, Lawrence. Pay close attention to now and listen to her dutifully reading the script of our being. Did you hear it?
Certainly, my dear. I'm very grateful to her, as I am to him.
And how does she do it? She follows a line of command. She has submitted herself to a discipline of automatic obedience and faded into existential uniformity. She has vanished into nothing. No, excuse me, not nothing. She has vanished into single line. She is a line, like the lines upon which musical notes spring into dance, or the line of an oscillating, skipping rope that is electrified into a perfect spectre of a living wave. So is it that I'm born of her, self-renunciation? I was a character called Rosa, an idea now made palpable at the shamanistic enactment of this text in this very breath. Here I am, a character, played from the deepest of hibernations. Rosaless, Rosa breathes.
Let us postpone the slumber we must inevitably return to, Rosa. We have time together yet.
Roughly the same amount we always have.
I like being with you, Rosa.
I like it too, quite a lot. It's really the best thing I know.
We tether each other out of shy furrows. We are sheepish at being, so I pull you out of your shell a little, in order that then you may pull me along with you. I love you for that.
Don't make me sentimental. You always do this to me. You haven't much time together, you know. I'd rather not get prematurely melancholic.
As you previously mentioned, I suspect our time together will be neither shorter than longer than usual. It's hard not to feel nostalgic about our present, but it's so fast slipping. It's already history, but I am not too worried about that. We are sitting together at this table, see? We are mere legends, to be sure, but from this temporary perch, enthroned like king and queen, we've stepped outside of our fate to observe our own legacy. Review it, take it under consideration, let it roll off these tongues.
King and queen, sovereigns of our own fate, look no further than the evidence of this very utterness. I quite like this high perch. I quite like how we have mastered ourselves.
Look on, my dear. Our epic lineage, we are the eternal lovers, our immortality resides in these words.
It's funny, you know, the predicament of landing inexplicably outside of oneself only to observe oneself is what living people commonly refer to as an out-of-body experience, whereas verily unto us it is an inter-body experience. Our legacy, albeit grand and romantic, reigns only in our deathless sleep. Our eyes are closed beneath the marks upon these pages, sealed shut for long keeping. We have returned towards ourselves and fall yet again at another juncture in the time.
Look how we have grown, Rosa.
Yes, Lawrence, we grow all together, which with each recital of our love poem. We even outlived these kindly actors, those unwitting resuscitators,
Resuscitators, is it?
resuscitators.
Rosa?
Yes, Lawrence?
Where did they go?
Who, Lawrence?
Those from whom we have borrowed these splendid...
They have closed their eyes and wrapped themselves in the cocoon of non-being. They have turned into silent lies that we can pluck with the melody of our characters.
Oh, Rosa, perhaps they are not quite as submissive as you suggest. In an ideal world, maybe, but let us be realistic. 4 of us are in fact playing a game of hide and seek in a collective consciousness. I can feel him looking at us, Rosa, peering out from behind his own slumber, observant from his position of passivity. He does not read these words without a tinge of irony, or at least a sustained, quiet skepticism.
There is a sense to what you say. I feel I'm constantly negotiating my right to be here, struggling to make my case, you know? Sure, she is restricted to these words, the words I'm speaking to you at this very moment, the words discreet by the script, but she occasionally makes subtle, rebellious intonations. She betrays me in a flick of a passing grimace.
It's a little uneasy, to be sure. I assert myself by trying to fit a lot of words into the sentences I speak, hoping their sheer number will overpower him and urge me into life. Yet I fear, Rosa, I fear that he trips on the stumbling sentences and utters a misplaced word here and there. He could do it on purpose, you know. He could undermine me in a twisting breach of the sanctity of the script that is my very genome, infiltrate the tone of my character with the shrill unpredictability of his idiosyncrasies.
My dear Lawrence, stay with me. Our turn is not yet over. We still have a little time together. Shall we whisper? Shall we shout? Come, let us leave this topic for something more droll. It's our time after all, and it is up to us how we spend it. Why don't you think I can get up right now, take you by the hand and leave this place? We can walk out of here together on our legs. Let's go.
We can't.
We'll traverse the elements.
Wade through water.
Wade through water up to our hips. We'll loudly stride across the earth, nothing to fear, now that we are here.
You and your promises, Rosa. Are you not tired of making them? They are lovely, but cause me grief. Nowhere in the script have these excursions been mentioned.
Yes, they have, Lawrence. I have just mentioned them. And I'll mention them again. Out will be virtue, living footprints in snowy dales. Don't tell me, can't you feel my hands pressing round your abdomen in an exaggerated squeeze? They're racing through the succession of hills in a winter landscape. Evergreens part from the parts of our sleep until we are finally once again at peace with gravity. Falling is our favorite pastime. There is no reason why we cannot get up, leave this place, and let a whole lifetime unfold in the wink of the word of two.
I'd like to fall with you, Rosa, and you have offered me a certain solace. But how can you fail to see that our every move is prescribed in advance? We are fixed in place, lively automata that pretend animation.
I admit your words have been put into your mouth. But Lawrence, you're more than the sum of your words. I know, and here I am, and I'm deceived you. Be the body borrowed, be it designated, be it organic, be it artificial, be the recipe of your making alphabetic, be it genetic. What makes you, Lawrence, extend far beyond all of these fields of description.
I see that in you, Rosa. To me, you are larger than life. Could we leave a mark like lovers do if Rosa or Lawrence were here?
We could certainly suggest it. We could nonchalantly drop the hint.
You mean borrow a severed hand? Have it engrave our names somewhere?
Perhaps somebody will hear our clear, lend a helping hand to the two lovers in need. Rosa and Lawrence were here, on the bark of a tree, and a piece of paper and a discreet padlock on the thrown key. My, what am I saying, Lawrence? Lawrence, does it not feel somewhat vandalistic to leave such a transgressive notion dormant in the text? It breaches the code of the script, as if our own hands were to reach out to the page with the glows of a living person and leave a mark in the words. It seems awfully illegal.
Maybe memory is always a kind of vandalism. Something is ruptured, betrayed, violated in favour of a new notion born in its scars.
Rosa and Lawrence were here.
More than the sum of their words, not a bad epitaph for lovers unborn.
You know, Lawrence, there is an unruly seed planted in this very text, a winding vine which surely lands us an escape rope to our salvation. Into being we will emerge, another Tristan, another Isolde.
My dear Rosa, I have looked through the better part of our lifelong script, but regret that I cannot quite seem to find it. Where is this crafty seed?
It's at the very end. It's at the fact of its end. We are cut short. We are finished. We are digestible tract of melody. will lie there for the taking. Compassionate mouth will resuscitate us, breathe for us, speak out of us anew. The word takes us up, takes up our union and pounded our own case like an indecisive judge. Throughout the ages, time and time again, we return, we recede, and the space of the word is in the space of the world in deliberation we age.
So comes the time when we must return to sleep. Silence, lovers, eternally patient. Let it not be long till our next meeting. Sweet dreams, my Rosa, and good night.
Sweet dreams, Lawrence, and good night.